Here I am in my 40s, and so many times I have found myself thinking, wow, I have lived about half of my life, seen a lot, learned a lot. Maybe I'm too old to start something new or keep learning. But wait a minute. Behind this door, it's a man who is about to prove me completely wrong. Come with me and meet Dr. Hibner. Dr. Hibner, it is a pleasure and an honor to meet you.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to do this with you.
Stories about you, and you have so much to tell us. So let's start with this. Why a doctor?
I had a grandmother that was very sick when I was 9, and it really got me to thinking that maybe that career would lead to a cure that they did not have at that time. And that started me on my career to medicine.
And where did you go to school, and where you end up?
I went to pre-medical school in Bloomington and then medical school here in Indianapolis. So each of those would have been a 4-year.
And then you have a story. You worked most of your time here in Indiana?
No. That's interesting that you should ask that. I actually, a little time here and then moved to South Carolina, and most of my career was near Charleston, South Carolina.
I love Charleston. Yeah.
It was an interesting adventure in itself.
And what kind of a medical you practice?
Family medicine.
Family medicine? Okay.
Years later, I'd already retired and moved back to Indiana.
Okay.
And that year, in the fall, I was bitten by a mosquito on my ear, and I got encephalitis and meningitis all together. But they didn't know that right away. And then I ran a high fever and became paralyzed. I was moved to a different hospital.
Wow.
And ventilated for a week.
And when you woke up and they gave you the news, how did you process that?
First of all, they said that I couldn't go home because I was dying. So I said, but I didn't want to stay there and die. So I wanted permission to be released to go home. My daughter is an OT, and she and my son were both there, but they said, you can't make it out the door. I said, well, if I don't make it out the door, at least I'm not dying in a hospital room. So I went home. Once I got home, and after 2 or 3 days, it was obviously to me, as I couldn't speak, so I was using a computer. And so I was saying, I'm not going to die, so I better go to rehab. And I spent 6 months there, and then some months at home in rehab and recovered.
Tell us, why did you decide on water painting?
Along my medical career, I was doing seminars in the spring at a watercolor society, and that really helped boost me along. But when I got here at Westminster, it became apparent to me that previously artistic people could still be artistic. They just didn't know it. And so I began to work with a few in memory care.
And you teach some of them?
Sure. If they have memory loss, there's a little place right here above the ear that's artistic, and they don't lose that.
Okay.
And so I say, well, draw something, and they pick out what they want to draw with nothing around them, and they'll draw something beautiful.
Yesterday I came to see you teaching, and I saw a lady there that she's 98 or 99.
Yeah.
And she was absolutely in it. Like,
amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We don't know how much life we have on us until we actually have to, challenge and push ourselves. And that's what's kind of what happened with you, right? For example, you lost...
I lost my right arm and my right leg. Yeah.
And then you have to learn how to use your left.
I taught myself how to print, and then how to write, and then how to paint.
Wow.
And a year and a half after that, I had a #1 painting in Indiana.
What are you most proud of in your life?
2 lovely children who are successful, and a career as a Christian, very active in my church work, and that's been an important feature of my life for many, many, many years. Say that again about the perspective.
Of the prospect of happiness. Because many people think happiness is having money, or happiness is having the job I want, or the car I want.
Yeah.
For you, what is happiness?
I would rephrase that a little just from my viewpoint. Joy is more important to me than happiness. Happiness depends on what happens. And since I had a very bad happening, I couldn't be happy about that. But I could be joyful in spite of that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So the distinction is always, I suppose, for 50 years I've thought that. Yeah,
Because happiness doesn't...
one may have a wonderful, happy moment, and the next minute you may be very sick.
Yeah.
But in the midst of recovering from serious illness for both patients and for me, I never lost the joy or the hope.
I love it.
It took me weeks to nail down an interview with Dr. Hibner. He's constantly teaching, speaking, or in back-to-back meetings. And of course, as soon as we sat down, we got interrupted from people trying to steal him away from me. And here comes the main question. What is the secret to making it to 90 so healthy?
Super agers, they have a lot of features that I value and didn't know I had, didn't know they would list them, but like staying active, staying socially engaged, trying new things regardless of your age, and staying healthy, eating healthy, sleeping well, and being active as you can be. All of those 7 features make people past 90 and do very well into their hundreds.
Is there a dream or a passion you have had that you never pursued?
Well, the bucket list is pretty empty. Let's see.
Oh, I love that. I don't know if I can say that one day. Mine is huge.
I regret and dream of still getting to South America. I have not been to South America.
What about I take you to Brazil?
All right, I'll take a tour. I'll take you up on that.
Let's go. Okay.
That's the joy to me.
That's the joy.
Being able to do things that you think most of those people would have said, I can't do another European trip. I can't. 2 of them were younger than I am. And I said, listen, the 2 of you, you're ashamed.
If you have to leave a message for all the young kids that are going to be watching us, the 20s, or if you could, I love this phrase, like if you could do a coffee with yourself when you're 20, what would that message be?
Think beyond the box. Dream beyond what you think you can accomplish. And set the goal to accomplish what you really want to do. Those are the 3 big things I would say to anyone, but young people included.
Love it. Give me response. Love it.
Despite his busy schedule, he casually offered anyone who wants to chat to come and have a coffee with him.
So anybody that wants to come and talk to Dr. Hibner, just you have to put in the schedule like a year from now because his schedule is pretty busy. Thank you so much. You're amazing. The best.
As we close this story, we highlight the incredible journey of a man who has faced so much, overcame countless challenges, and now dedicated his life to lifting others up. His resilience inspired us all. I want to leave you with Dr. Hibner's special words. Joy is more important than happiness. I hope you take a moment to reflect on this and let it remind you of what truly matters in life.